Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. It is December 3rd. Just wrapped up the trading session. We overall hit break even today. It's kind of an interesting session. I missed out on a setup. I just kind of blanked out, but at the same time, I don't particularly love that specific type of setup, but it was very much valid. And I missed another entry, but that one again is pretty subjective, so I'll kind of go over it with you guys, and we'll show you what's going on. So overall, we're still bullish on the market. I'm looking for longs. We have one break here to the upside, second break here to the upside on the 4 hour. So again, I am looking for longs. I'm just going to mark this order block out here because I don't really like this tiny one. So we've tapped into the 4 hour. We're overall bullish. We're moving up. I'm going to look for other higher time frame confluences. Next thing I see is this internal break on the 1 hour, so I can use this 1 hour order block as well. And then from there, 15-minute provided a lot of order blocks, as you can see here, here, and ultimately this one as well. Now, to start off the setup that I initially missed in the beginning, one other thing I wanted to mark out was the 4 hour liquidity as a counter trend, or an area where sellers are going to step into. So the first setup that I missed was right here. I'm going to delete all these. 5-minute is already bullish, so I do have to be careful on the pullback. If I see 2 breaks to the downside, I'd want to wait for fresh breaks, but price never actually ended up doing that. So here is a break in your favor. We'll mark it out as number 3. Liquidity was grabbed from the swing, or not the swing, the internal higher low. This was grabbed at 6:35, so it's pretty much perfect. You could have done a 5-minute candle closure. Let's say we do 35 ticks. Full TP achieved, very clean. Yeah, I completely blanked out because I was like, heading into the market, I was looking at this and I was like, okay, we're kind of sort of in the middle of nowhere. We're using the momentum. Like, this trade was like a momentum trade. Like, we're just using the continuation, and the draw on liquidity is the 4 hour. So now that I think about it, it's actually the cleanest setup today. But I typically, what I like to see is price tap into like a higher time frame order block or confluence, liquidity, or order block, and then I have a reaction from there. I don't particularly love the momentum setups. It just feels like I'm like chasing something, but regardless, this one did play out, and I guess we did eventually still tapped into a higher time frame order block, being the 15-minute. Now, regardless, I'm not going to dwell over what I missed out on. Eventually we came up and we popped up into this 4 hour liquidity. I wanted to preferably see 2 breaks to the downside to know that the liquidity has been finished. But we did get a fair reaction here. As you can see, we sold off, came up, sold off again after grabbing this high up here. So now at this point, we've tapped into another 15-minute order block, right? So another higher time frame order block, really close into tapping into a 1 hour order block, which would have been preferred. It would have been this extreme one down here, but as you can see, off by a little bit, but this is fine too. So from here, if I'm looking for my entry, we have a break in our favor here. Liquidity grabbed from these swings. Now the first PA level sat right here. I don't love these types of PA levels where it's just a doji, but as you can see, it did work out. Now, again, this is, so I was looking at this, the EMA was right here versus the 5-minute candle closure here. I should have just went with my gut and saw that I had an opportunity to enter and got in on that. Would have been super close to being stopped out, but it overall did end up playing out if I had gotten exactly where that was. again, the whole thing about, I was kind of reading the chats. Everyone's like, oh, the EMA is a little far. And again, I should just be ignoring them, just going with what I know in my gut. So again, if I have 3 types of entries, whichever one presents themselves is what I'll go for. In this case, it was a 5-minute candle closure. Should have went for that. Now, as you can see, I missed out on that, and so I actually ended up using this PA level. Now, I think this one has a mixture of FOMO because I had already missed out on this setup in this entry right here, and this was still valid. I just didn't, again, I don't love the PA level because we're kind of not in the middle of nowhere, but like we're kind of stretching it at this point. You know, there are multiple breaks now, right? So that means there's going to be, if there's a break here and a break here, there's going to be liquidity grabs eventually. So I'm basically banking on the fact that I hit full take profit before price needs more liquidity to grab. Now I got in 42.54.3, so I think it was on this candle right here, 825. Yeah, 0.3 right there. I did 50 ticks. I wonder if I did 40, if that would have changed anything. Nah. Dang, it would have been like super duper close. That would have been even more annoying. But I did do 50. I won't lie, I was a little nervous on this one. Felt like I kind of rushed this one, or like I shouldn't maybe have been in it. But overall, you know, it did have a good outcome. We did get just break even. This candle popped up, thankfully. Yeah, this 1 minute email was holding up nicely, so yeah. Now again, I'm just trying to pass these evals. If this was a funded account, I would have had a profitable day because I take partials on funded. And that's pretty much it. So what to kind of note is these momentum trades, this is honestly not a bad idea because we are again tapping into a 15-minute order block, continuing. We know what the draw is. It's the 4-hour liquidity. It's like really obvious now that I look at it. That should have been the trade of the day. This one wasn't horrible either. I just again, 5-minute candle closure versus the 1 minute EMA. This area, the EMA was kind of pushing it, and there's no like real structure to cover. Same thing with this one. There's no real structure to cover here, so the stop loss kind of doesn't make sense. But regardless, we did have a good day, so that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow for Thursday.